This week for our NoGi Driller's Guide, Brandon has picked that he wants to work on, basically it's kind of a series that I do where you go through different leg open guard positions, right? So like there's De La Hiva, reverse De La Hiva, like a reverse butterfly, an inversion. And the big thing that I notice with people in open guard is there a lack of flow through those guards. And what I mean with that is, okay, you might know the De La Hiva, yes, you might know the reverse De La Hiva, butterfly, spider guard, you might know these guards, but it's very important as you go through these different guards, especially in competition live rolling, that you fine-tune the transitions from one to the next. Because if you're not, you're gonna get passed every time. If you're not completely focused on making sure that there's no holes in your transitions, you're gonna get passed, you're gonna get smashed, you're gonna lose the match, okay? So as Brandon's drilling this, I'm trying to explain to him all the little contingencies that he needs to have in place, like right here. If you're in this position, your butt on the De La Hiva needs to make sure that it's on the inside of my foot. Your butt on the reverse De La Hiva needs to make sure that it's on the outside of my foot. And it's important that you don't put space when using those. The second part is he keeps trying to invert to what we would call like the New York sweep or the kiss of the dragon. And I'm trying to explain to him that you're not going all the way under just for this drilling session. You're going to a modified reverse butterfly so that you can catch and release to what he should have done was go to the reverse De La Hiva, then the De La Hiva. But it's new to him, and he's trying to figure it out, and he's trying to get this flow. And this is exactly how it starts, and this is exactly how it looks when you're trying to figure these things out. Now, imagine if he wasn't doing this right now. Imagine if he wasn't trying to figure these things out and add these little details in. He would just be trying to go from one guard to the next guard and being like, there's an entire instructional missing there, right? So it's almost like you need to put an instructional out of all the extra stuff, right? Like, yeah, I know I got an instructional on De La Hiva, I got an instructional on reverse, on butterfly, but none of those things matter unless you're gonna sit there and only play butterfly or only play spider or only play De La Hiva. Because people don't pass, I'm not saying people, I mean, look at it like this. People aren't gonna pass my spider guard when I have spider guard and it's locked in and let's say that's my perfect game. I get where I want to get, or someone gets lasso exactly where they want. People don't necessarily pass off of that. People pass off the reaction of your transition into your next guard or your next placement, okay? So for me to pass guard, if somebody has their strength, okay, if they're playing spider guard on me or they're playing lasso on me, I don't want to pass with them having their full strength or the technique that they're the best at, right? I want to put them in a position where they're not used to that transition, and then I'm going to pass, okay? Or at least I'm going to get into a position that will shut down their entire series. So when you're drilling, that's what you're looking for, okay? You're looking for how to flow between these different guards or these different positions and making sure that there isn't these holes, okay? So when someone's playing lasso on me, when they do whatever they're gonna do, I don't wanna try to pass when they're trying to lock me down or offset my hips or sweep me. I wanna put them in where they say, okay, the lasso's kind of failing, I need to go back to spider guard. I need to go back to De La Hiva. I need to, and I wanna catch them when they're doing that sequence right there. When their brain is starting to think about, okay, this isn't working anymore, I need to go to the next step, and then that little hole is where I'm going to fill, okay? Now, Brandon's kind of like, he's laughing right now because he's getting a little bit off center, a little bit, unsure. So I'm explaining to him right now. If you notice, as soon as I put the deli hiva in, his knee starts to point the opposite way. I don't want his knee to ever point towards mine to shut my hook down. Now, as I'm going into the reverse butterfly entry, I'm explaining to him how you have to be able to release one foot, swing around, catch the hip so you don't get smashed down on or knee cut on. Then, I want to make sure that I'm putting that foot in there to block him from stepping over my foot to set up the knee cut again or throw bypass, to transitioning to putting the deli hiva in, to switching back to the reverse deli hiva, and always kind of just like the same thing with spider guard, right? I always want one foot straight, because even if you end up passing me, you still have to tend to that one foot. You can't smash me. Same thing with my guard transitions, I always want to make sure I have one foot on my opponent when I transition, so that as I transition, I'm not going to get smashed. He's going to have to address that before he is able to just enter into a passing point. So that's pretty much with this guide, and I definitely appreciate you guys for watching.